What cheer, y'all? Welcome back to Reddit the Wire. Well, it's day three at Royal Ascot, and we've only got time for one race today, but I think this is an excellent betting race. It's the Ribblesdale. It's a Group 2 third race, running a mile and a half on the turf for 3-year-old fillies. And it's significant in that we really don't have, I wouldn't say we have a real total standout in here, but we do have the traditional Aidan O'Brien's part of Aidan's army. He's got three in here, I believe, and John Gosden's got three or four, and so they will dominate the field for sure. It's excuse me. The interesting thing is you don't have any Group One performers really. You've got most of these have been running at the Group Three or ungraded stakes level. So I think that makes for a really good betting race, and you can see that by the fact that Catalina Del Carpio is the favorite at 5-2. And to be honest, I mean, I think that she is certainly on her way, but has only had a couple of starts. The last one was a pretty good second, but it was, she was no threat to win the race. I mean, the leader uh, had the lead and was walking away, but Catalina Del Carpio was getting to her. So I suppose visually it looked pretty good. I did like the way she went about her business, had a pretty good kick, but it just wasn't enough for me, particularly in the second start, to put as a favorite at Royal Ascot. I think she's looks like a horse who's on the rise, like I said, and so I would certainly use her. But watching a lot of the replays here, nobody really wowed me, to be honest, with the exception of who I think is going to win the race, and that's Lady Vivian. Any horse that can carry 135 pounds at 3 years old and draw off in a field has to be considered serious. And for Rafe Beckett, who's a very dangerous trainer, anytime he brings brings a horse over to the States, you look out because he means business. By default, I'm going to take her. And she just looks like the one who's in the best form heading into this race, in the best condition, and looks to have that X factor of moving forward. So at 10-1, I think that's an excellent price. So we'll go out on a limb a little bit and take Lady Vivian. Garden of Eden is one that's probably going to take a lot of money for Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore, and we can never discount them at Royal Ascot. This one just won a trial race last time, and I thought it looks to be a horse who's getting better as the distances are getting longer. But won the race, but did so pretty workmanlike. It wasn't that electric type of kick, where it just looked really impressive. Just sort of was, hung around with the rest of them, just happened to be first, was the kind of thing. Island Hopping was in that race as well, is another one who seems to have leveled off. So I think Garden of Eden will run a good race, but the thing is, for an Aidan O'Brien charge, who likely is going to get bet down, I couldn't get there to put on top, but I certainly think will run her race and looks to be in good form and certainly has a shot at winning us at 6-1, but I'll use underneath primarily. Go Boots for Bobby Flay, the American owner. He buys a lot of horses in Europe and sells a lot, but nice to see him over here. This one didn't run a step in the Oaks, not one, and finished dead last. But as you know, you often hear those trainers will say, he said, "Well, run him right back because didn't do any running there, and it's kind of a jog around the track, and it seemed to be that type of effort." But prior to that, this one had a pretty good third against Whirl, who did finish second in the Epsom Oaks, and didn't do badly. Has shows some signs of being a horse who can handle the distance, and it's got a little promise. And the fact that they threw her in the Oaks, I think, is a positive sign for sure. So John Gosden, certainly a dangerous trainer, knows what he's doing, and she may be overlooked because of that Oaks performance, so we're going to throw her in there at 15 to 1, pretty good price, as well as Serenity Prayer, who ran in that race against Whirl, and I thought ran a pretty good third. Is the second choice in the betting here, but again, I think this is a very well balanced field. But I did like the turn of foot; was no threat to get to Whirl whatsoever. But just by the way that she was running, looks to be one that maybe has some upside. So we throw in the mix here. Again, I think this is a very wide open race. So we'll go with Lady Vivian and for Rafe Beckett in the Ribblesdale. So I hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy. Wish you the best of luck as always. It was pretty form fitting on day one. Day two, not so much. Crimson Advocate came out of nowhere. I guess he's just a horse for the course. That was a pretty big win over Cinderella's Dream, and so it's been it's always a great field and great days of racing, and it should be getting better as we go along. So, anyway, this is good luck with the Ribblesdale. If you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks to all of you who continue to stay on board and continue to grow the community. Thanks for the input. There's been some interesting comments regarding the British racing, and but I like it. And for those of us who are not just I love European racing, and I couldn't resist the opportunity to cover Ascot. It's one of my favorite meets of the year. So, anyway, we're going to the Ohio Derby back in the States coming up this weekend. We'll have that for you, as well as the full card for Thistledown, and likely throw in a sequence as well. So there'll be more content, and we'll continue on with Royal Ascot for the remainder of the week. So that's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.